Hi, I'm Dr. Walter Matwichuk, and the purpose of today's video is to talk to you about an important distinction I like to make using REBT when people say they can't do something. When a person indicates that they can't do something, I challenge them and say, is it that you can or that you won't do it? I think this is a very important distinction, and perhaps it's the first step in cultivating self-control and self-discipline. My experience has shown that people often like to say they can't do something when what actually is closer to the truth is that they are choosing not to exert the effort that they can, that essentially they won't do the better thing. In rational emotive behavior therapy, we try to help people maximize pleasure and minimize pain by cultivating the ability to tolerate discomfort and to do what is best in the long run when it's worth doing. I often say to people, I will never ask you to do something that isn't worth it because we're looking to increase the pleasure and minimize the pain. So what I'm trying to encourage you to do is observe yourself. And when that little voice inside says, I really don't feel like doing that, or I'm afraid to do that, I won't do it now, or I'm too tired to do it, or I'm too hungry to do it, ask yourself, is that all true? Is it that you can't do it or that you won't do it? Challenge yourself. Step back and identify the choice you're making. At least you can acknowledge that it's a choice. And I think by acknowledging that you're making a choice, you'll be far better off and in a better position to then take action on doing what you may very well be disinclined to do. Now, if you're unable to, if you elect not to do what you can do, do not use REBT's idea of human fallibility and unconditional self-acceptance in a self-defeating way. Don't use the idea that you can choose to accept yourself and then excuse or perfume telling yourself that you can't do something when you really are electing to not do it. You won't do it. Using unconditional self-acceptance to abdicate accountability and responsibility is very self-defeating. It's not the way we intend for you to use unconditional self-acceptance. If you use unconditional self-acceptance in this unhealthy way, you still can choose to accept yourself unconditionally. However, it would be far better if you didn't do that. You want to acknowledge that, yes, you're a fallible human and that you won't define yourself as lesser of a person, even when you cop out and not do what you can do and choose to try to forget the consequences of not doing what you can do by telling yourself you can't do something. At least own the choice that you won't, and you still can choose to accept yourself unconditionally. Self-discipline and self-control, admittedly, are hard for humans to do. I have come to the conclusion that we all are basically lazy people in one way or another, and that those of us who are striving to maximize pleasure and minimize pain acknowledge their tendency to avoid doing what is best to do in the long run. I would also like to mention to you that every Saturday I do a demonstration where I talk to people about various problems. Sometimes that problem is avoiding doing what is best in the long run, amongst other types of problems. I take a volunteer who's willing to discuss a problem in front of a Zoom audience and show them how to apply some of the fundamental ideas and strategies of rational emotive behavior therapy so that they can get more of what they want in life and less of what they don't want, so that they can achieve their goals. This is a great way to learn rational emotive behavior therapy, and I've done it now for over 218 weeks, and people from all over the world attend and learn by watching other people struggle to implement these challenging ideas into their lives. It is free to attend, but you need the Zoom link. So you have to write to me at REBT Doctor, DOCTOR @gmail.com and request the link. I should also mention to you on my website, rebtdoctor.com, there are many free audio and video resources that you can listen to at any time of the day or night to help you transform your thinking and learn REBT. I make these available because my aim is to disseminate these powerful ideas and try to help people all over the world understand how to think in a flexible, non-extreme, and adaptive way so that they get more of what they want and less of what they don't want. So, I hope you can join me on Saturday. You can write to me at rebtdoctor@gmail.com. And more importantly, I'd like for you to acknowledge that the important distinction between perfuming your avoidance and telling yourself you can't do something when in fact what's closer to the truth is that you're choosing not to do it, that you won't do it. That's the first step.